So can you tell us a little bit about the new show, Sweet Release? I thought with the title of the show, it's kind of got this almost idea of catharsis and letting go, but I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about it.
It sort of is that a little bit. Some people have asked us if it's about a fart, and if that's what you take away from it, that's also okay as well. But we talk about there is an element of like a running thing that's sort of about the things that you keep holding and things that you let go of. And yeah, we just like the sound of the title. It sort of like works with the poster.
Yeah, a kind of like nice, light, upbeat feel to it.
Yeah.
How does this show compare to previous tours you've done?
This one, oh, that's such a difficult question.
I think I don't know. It's better.
We've like if you know us from a thing, if you know us, if you think you know us, or you think you know us from like something, you'll get that, and then you'll get something else on top of it. So like it's got everything, hopefully, we think that people like from what they know us from, and then we've just like upped everything so that it's interesting for us to do and interesting for the people to do. So it's like, yeah, just a little bump up from is that a good, I don't even know if that's a good answer. I'm so sorry. It's a bump up. It's a little bump up from what you've seen before. Yeah. Just to keep everyone on their toes.
Well, I have to say, I loved the 60s look you were going for in the promo video. Is that a running theme throughout Sweet Release as well? Is that something you kind of wanted to channel in this show?
It originally was going to be, wasn't it? We were like, oh, we'll get it all like 60s-ish, but that sort of fell by the wayside. But we loved the photos so much and the design of the poster that we were like, oh, this is bang on.
And it feels like an album cover. I think like stuff we've done before feels like a comedy show poster, and this feels more like an album cover. And I think we've written more kind of music-y, album-y songs, I think, this time. So we wanted to go more in that direction than like, this is a comedy show, which it still is for sure. But yeah, this time we were like, let's go for like a classic, something that looks like it belongs on a vinyl in your mum's house. But it sounds like something you listen to in your own house. No offense to your mum.
So I wanted to put you on the spot a little bit and ask you, what is your favourite lyric you've ever written, if you've got one?
That is literally the hardest question. Oh, this is so annoying because it's something I think about all the time, that I'm like, I can't wait for someone to ask me this in an interview, and this is the lyric I'll use, and now I can't think of anything. One sec.
I like that these are quick fire questions. We're like, if we can just have 5 minutes to answer, that's really good. While I scan through our entire back catalogue. My favorite one in the show at the moment is it's a song about a bird, and the lyric goes, fair is foul and foul is fair, you don't want to fall foul of this foul pair. That's my favorite one in this show, I think. It's not necessarily funny. I just like the words, the wording, the rhythm of it. Oh God.
Of all time.
I mean, that one you mentioned is great. It's very Shakespearean.
It is, but it's a stupid song about a bird. So it's fair is foul,
like FOWL,
and foul is fair. Have you not got one?
I do, but I now like can't. This is like, I feel like I've sat my maths GCSE and someone's asked me what 3 times 6 is, and I've just absolutely gone blank. I'm really overcomplicating it as well.
How about I put another question to you then?
Yes.
Could I ask maybe the worst lyric you've ever written? Do you have some that you're like, God, no one can ever hear that?
We have whole songs. We don't even have lyrics. We have whole songs like that. We wrote a song once, which was, we thought it was the funniest thing we've ever written, and we were so excited to play it. And it was just complete nonsense. And we sang it to absolute silence, complete silence. And it was a 4.5-minute song. And we knew 10 seconds in that everyone hated it. And there's no way for us to, like, if something's not going well, we can't abandon it. We have to keep going. So it was 4.5 minutes of silence. And then we thought, we'll just try it one more time. We try not to throw out a song on the first try. So we're like, we'll try it one more time. And then somehow the song, I think, was a minute longer and still silence. So
are you talking about What Terror?
Yeah. It was absolute silence.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But one of the funniest songs I think we've ever written. But we couldn't perform it.
Which the worst, one of the worst, I don't think it was the worst lyric, but it definitely, we thought it was the funniest line and got the worst response to the song, which was, what was it? I must have given, basically a woman opens, she thinks she's tucked her children into bed and there's loads of onions in her bed. And she says, was it, my children. No.
I must have given my neighbours my children to put in their curry.
Oh yeah.
Which at the time I was like, oh, I cannot wait for the rapturous applause for that line.
And also, like, out of context, you might be thinking like, oh, I'm sure in context this works, and it doesn't. So even then, it makes less, if anything, it makes less sense in the song than it does when we just say,
Okay.
I must have given my neighbour my children to put in their curry.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Good times.
Yeah.
So sticking with the Geordie sort of theme, as you know, as I say, we're going to Newcastle. If Flo and Joan were an item from Greggs, what would you be and why?
I have an answer, but I don't know if you'd agree, so I'm going to give my answer.
Okay, you give yours first.
I think we'd be a sausage roll and a Belgian bun.
Is that me being the sausage roll?
No, I was going to say you be the Belgian bun because you're like lighter and sweeter and nicer, and I'm a sausage roll where
Thank
you're
you
like,
so much.
well, I mean, look at us. I think it's fairly obvious.
You're a greasy stick.
I'm a greasy stick of meat.
I would
But
actually
delicious.
say I think I'm more of a yum yum than a Belgian bun because I'm not the biggest fan of a Belgian bun.
Fair enough.
I would actually say, if anything, though, I'd feel like I'm more the sausage roll because I probably eat more sausage than you do.
But in terms of personality, I'd say I'm more of a sausage and you're more of a
If
yum
it's
yum.
terms of personality, I would say you're the paperback that the stuff goes
Yeah, actually,
in.
that's true.
I'm
a sausage roll that's been dropped on the floor and they're like, I hope no one notices no one was around, and they put it back in the cupboard. But they like leave it to the end just in case. They're like, if we run out, we'll sell them the one that fell on the floor.
Yeah.
And no one will know.
It doesn't matter if no one saw.
No. I also hate that I've described you as a yum yum. Just the fact that I've used those words of, I think you're more of a Belgian bun.
That's
Do you have
fine.
a different answer?
No, well, yeah, I'd say if I'm the sweet one, then yum yum.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I like yum yums more.
I'm a classic.
You're a classic sausage roll, and I'm the yum yum.
Yeah.
I've got the same colour hair as a yum yum.
And I look like the inside of a sausage roll. So.
Dog feet.
Yeah.
What is the last thing you do before you go on stage?
Actually, well,
when we're really nervous, if it's like a big show and we're really nervous, I say to Nicola, I hope you fall down the stairs.
and I say, I hope you have the worst show of your life.
And then we walk out and say, hello, everybody.
But in reality, it's Rosie shouting at me to start walking.
Nicola
Go,
always
walk,
puts her
walk,
lipstick
walk.
on at the last moment, so we're always there late.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
We're not
usually-
late. We're like giving a wiggle on.
Nicola's little heels clop down.
Yeah,
there
you can hear a
I'm like,
fucking
come
hot
on, hurry up. And then at the beginning of the show, I announce us on, and Nicola.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
Huge spoiler.
sorry. And Nicola never walks quick enough. So
I
I'm
like
always
to
going,
like-
go.
And I don't like being told what to do. So as soon as I'm told to go, I will stand in the wing until the very last second. So it's some kind of mini argument happening or a death wish.
Which is exactly how it should be with your sisters.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If you could duet with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be? Is it Matthew McConaughey?
I'd be too besotted. I'd get too nervous. I'd start sweating. My immediate instinct was Bette Midler and Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, me too.
But I thought
Because
also
we're 90 years old.
Celine Dion would be fun.
I think it would be really cool I think Bette Midler and Barbra Streisand would be fun because they're funny.
Change my mind. Bette Midler and Cher. I'd like
Yeah.
Bette Midler and Cher, please.
I'd love to sing alongside someone who can like actually properly sing, but I'd be so embarrassed at how we'd just be like screeching alongside them.
That would be
And
the
then-
fun bit.
We'd sing like I'd like to sing back up to like, I don't know, like Stevie Wonder or someone, just doing like oohs and ahs in the background.
Yeah, I like an and ah.
I like the idea that we could invite like the best people in the world and we're still on the stage with them, like not even
But this is a
touching them.
duet.
Oh, well, okay. A duet, then it needs to be someone who is equally
No, final answer is Bette Midler and Cher, and you know it.
okay. Bette Midler and Cher, fine.
Love it. Is anything ever off limits to you in writing?
Well, yeah, stuff that's not our experience,
Yeah.
or stuff that doesn't directly something that we can't comment on that doesn't sort of directly affect us.
Mhm.
I don't think you should ever sing about anything that's not your experience,
Mm-hmm.
unless you haven't a perfect empathy, a position of empathy for it that works.
Mm-hmm.
And our own personal lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most about the show in Newcastle?
The
Newcastle-
theatre.
The theatre is
It looks
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah. And the audiences, we've played shows in Newcastle before in different venues. So we know that the audiences are always amazing. So it's
love
always like,
Newcastle audiences.
yeah, they're always like some of our favourite shows we play.
Yeah.
So a combination of those audiences and then in the Opera House is like mad.
Yeah. Newcastle audiences, their sense of humour, in my opinion, is bang on for
Yeah.
what we want and need.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. They're like saucy, but they're also like they know they're forward thinking and they're saucy. I like it.
Yeah.
So joining us in Newcastle for the show, we've tracked down Flo and Joan superfan, Jess, and I've got her to record a question for you, if that's okay.
Ooh,
That's
yes.
amazing.
Hiya Flo and Joan, my name is Jess. I'm from Jarrow, which is not too far from the Tyne Theatre and Opera House, and I'm really excited to see you next week. I had a question about your process. So I remember listening a while ago and you said something about how sometimes when you write a song you'll have an idea for a concept with a song and then you'll figure out what style that concept fits with, or on the flip turn you might have a idea of a song that you want to do in a specific style and then you'll figure out a concept later. And my question was, is there any specific styles of songs that you would really like to write one day but you just haven't figured out what the song should be about yet?
That's such a good question.
Great question. Yes.
We had one the other day where I really like the song. We like Spice Girls B-sides, like Spice Girls singles B-sides. And we were listening to, actually, I don't think this one was a B-side, but Machico Latino by Jerry Halliwell, which is the stupidest, dumbest, most amazing song. And it's in this weird, like, early 2000s, like in that kind of Enrique Iglesias, that kind of
Spanish market.
Spanish people talking in Spanish who don't understand what they're saying, that kind of stuff. Enrique obviously does, Jerry did not, I don't think. So that kind of like, yeah, smooth summer 2000s Spanish something, and we haven't quite figured it out yet. So that's on the Como te llamas, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
on the mind at the moment.
she's on the list, is like, we should do that one.
Yeah.
Spanish summer.
Yeah. Final answer.
Thank you, Jess.
Off the back of that, actually, I'm going to squeeze in a little last one. If you were the 6th and 7th members of the Spice Girls, what would you be? Like, you know, Spice, Posh Spice. Who would you be? What spice?
You forgot about me, Spice.
Back of the cupboard coriander.
Yeah.
That's not a spice, it's a herb. I would be yum spice. What are they? Sporty. You'd be
Sporty, baby.
Who would you? Did you say who you'd be?
I didn't. Well, I sort of did. Dry Spice, I guess.
Dry Spice is a good one.
Dry
Yes.
Spice.
I would like to be Juicy Spice. I'd like to be Spicy Spice. I'll be the spiciest spice on the
I
end.
like the idea that you're like, guys, you need one more spice, guy.
And it's
Guess what?
spicy.
Spicy spice.
Final answer, Spicy Spice.
Dry Spice to Spicy Spice. The two most difficult to say Spice Girls.